Time to Cook. I'm Chef Christy and I'm so glad that you're watching today. I want to show you how to make something very special for St. Patrick's Day. I have greatly enjoyed sharing recipes with you each week, so I do hope that you consider subscribing to my channel because I have so many I want to share. Now, I was blessed a few years ago to be able to go to Ireland, where I met such friendly people and I got to enjoy all the delicious food. But there was something that I had pretty much everywhere that I went, and that was an Irish soda bread or brown bread. This is simple and delicious. It can be served with any meal. And it is a quick bread, meaning that it doesn't have yeast to rise. It uses baking soda. So I want to show you how to make it. Okay, to a large mixing bowl, I have two types of flour. I have a fine ground whole wheat flour and I have a white bread flour. So I'm just going to mix both of these together. Now you can use all white flour or you can use all whole wheat, but I like the combination of both. It just gives a nice texture to your bread. Then I have 1 tablespoon of sugar, because I like to just have a touch of sweetness. And then I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to just mix this together with a fork. Just mix all of the flour mixture together. And then I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of butter that I have cubed up. And I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm just going to kind of press the butter in with the flour just until it's all incorporated. It's going to take me a minute or so, so I will show you what it's supposed to look like. Okay, as you can see, I have just worked that butter into my flour mixture, and you can see little pieces of butter mixed in with the flour. And the reason why I do add the butter is it just kind of lightens your bread up and it makes sure that it's nice and moist, and it gives a good flavor to your bread as well. So now what I'm going to do is I have 2 cups of buttermilk. So I'm going to set this aside here, and I'm going to add 1 egg to my buttermilk and just mix this up. Now, buttermilk is a very important ingredient because the buttermilk reacts with the baking soda, the acid in the buttermilk, and that creates the leavening agent in your bread. So I'm just going to mix this, and then I'm going to just pour almost all of that. I'll reserve just a little bit for the glaze on the top. So now all I'm going to do is use my fingers. It's the best mixing tool we have, and just mix this until it all comes together. So it'll take me just a little bit, but I will show you what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so I have lightly floured a board here, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my bread and put it on my board. And my dough is a little sticky, and that's okay. I'm just going to not really knead it, just kind of work it a little bit until it all kind of comes together. Now this is a rustic bread, so it's okay to have the wrinkles and all that on the top. So it is kind of a soft bread. But so what I'm doing is I'm just going to pat it down till it's about 1 inch in thickness. And then what I'm going to do is what the Irish do is they say that they bless their bread and they put like a cross on the top of the Irish soda bread. That is a trademark of the Irish soda bread. So I'm going to do that, and it represents the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And you don't want to go all the way down, but you do want to make an indentation into your bread. And then I'm going to put some little slits in each corner. And what this really is doing is just allowing your bread to rise and the steam to escape. So now I have a little bit of this extra buttermilk, and so I'm just going to glaze all the top. And this will give a nice finish. Just gives a nice brown color to the top of your bread. So I'm just going to glaze all this buttermilk and egg mixture all on top. That's good. Okay, so then, now I'm going to take about a tablespoon of oats, just the dried oats, and just sprinkle them all on top. And this is really just for decoration. It just makes your bread look pretty. It does add a bit of a texture to your bread, but I'm just going to add all this oats to the bread, and then I'm going to put this into an oven at 400 degrees for 40 minutes. So I will show you, once I get it in the oven, I will show you what that looks like. It is delicious. Okay, I just took the bread out of the oven, and I'm going to let it sit to cool for about 30 minutes before I slice it. Okay, the Irish soda bread is done, and it was in the oven for 40 minutes at 400 degrees. And one way to tell if it's done is if you pick it up and you kind of tap on it. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it sounds hollow. So that's one way to know that it is done. And so I'm going to slice this up. And so how I do it is I just make a slice all the way down, and then I just start to slice in the opposite direction. So I'm going to slice a little bit, and it's still warm, so it's really, really good. And then I'm going to get myself a little piece, and how I like it is just with some butter and jam. So I've got some nice Kerrygold Irish butter, which is one of the best, and then I've got some strawberry jam, and this is delicious. And like I said, you can serve this with any meal. So, this is so, so good, and I hope that you try this recipe. Oh, that is so good. And as always, please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of the videos that I'm sharing each week. And give me a thumbs up and show me that you like my video. So, have a great day and happy St. Patrick's Day.